How many of you heard of DISC? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, if you haven't heard, it's okay. It's actually a personality test of determining what kind of person you are. Okay? Some of you are dominant. Means you talk like this. Shut up and listen. I don't like it, do it this way. You better get into the room, or else I will cane you, I will kill you, and I will do everything to hurt you. That is dominant personality. Okay? Very inherent to males. Guys, you know? Alright. Influential will talk like this. Can you please be quiet? Can you go to your room? Can you listen to me? Influential. Okay? S, steadiness, is I better listen to this guy. I should listen to this guy. Listening to this guy is gonna bring me some good stuff. Steadiness. Compliant is I'm gonna do whatever he says and I'm gonna sell my soul to him. Compliant. Okay? There are 4 kinds of people in this world, okay, according to the DISC profile, which is not started by me. You guys may want to do a free online personality test first before you become an online marketer in social media, because you're dealing with people, so it's naturally, this slide is relevant, am I correct? Right? If you take the human element out of social media, then you are just treating people as numbers, and all of you are Hitlers. Okay? Right. So, why am I showing this slide also is because when you deal with social media, you are actually talking to people, and people is, if you're coming from a company and trying to sell services and products, you got to understand 4 kinds of personality in this world, and to sell to these people, each requires a different method. Agreed? Yes? Okay. So, first thing is to know personalities and your audience. If you haven't even come across any personality test, which I think most of you as a working class adult would have, actually, then I think at least you will somehow understand people. If you cannot understand people, look at all your previous relationships. Some has failed, some has flourished. Why? Because some are adapting to your methods of relating, some are not. Especially, I remember I had a girlfriend which is a supermodel. Okay? And she has a very high D attitude, and ultimately we didn't make it lah. Because I'm also I'm actually an ID, influential dominant. Okay, you can be I think 2 traits. 2 out of 4 lah. A dominant one, the primary and the secondary trait. Okay, so because of that we didn't make it, because my wife is an SC. Not to say that she sells her soul to me, but because we found a fit in terms of how we relate to each other. Of course, she dominates in other areas like parenting, because she as a mother knows better than me a lot of times. I'm sure fathers would agree to that, because somehow kids just love the mothers more. What more, I have 2 daughters who is of the same gender as the mother. Alright? Okay, so DISC. Before you even do marketing or build any empire, understand people first. Is that cool? Yes? Is that cool? Yes? Cool. And then we have to understand the generation gaps, which is happening right now very prevalently. Okay? Some of you think that because you're 50 years old, you can tell the young punks who are 20 and 30 years old, hey, go back up, you young punk, I know more than you. That is dominant attitude towards a young generation. And you're going to invite a lot of problems, like people, your kids running from home. They tune out and don't listen to you anymore. And they become rebellious. You guys getting this? At this point, I'm just going to pause like 5 seconds and let you think about the relationship with your nephews, nieces, sons, and daughters. Have you been oppressing them, old people? Have you been telling them what to do but not listening to them, and think that because you're an elder, you're smarter than them? I want you guys to think about this. I used to be a youth leader in church, and I bring kids back from running from home back to their parents. And most of the time it's because the parents don't want to listen to their kids, because they think they are elder, they can tell them off, and because these young punks should listen. You guys getting this? Yes? I can't hear you guys. Maybe because I offended a lot of people already with this statement. Don't kill me. I'm just trying to do a presentation. Okay? And because of that, a lot of family units break down. A lot of social problems arise. I hope after this presentation, you go back and relate back to what I said and build back that broken relationship with your younger ones. Can you promise me this? Yes. Yes? Okay, cool. Then comes the Gen X. Gen X are people who grew up with 56.6 kilobytes per second modem, TMNet 151 file dial-up, Netscape Navigator, Internet Explorer version 5, I think. Okay. IBM PC XT, 386, 486 computers. Okay. And a hybrid between using the online media and the traditional media, which is TV, radio, newspapers. Am I correct? Gen X is like, I got an older guy trying to tell me what to do, and I've got a younger kid which is like so freaking good with iPad. And I'm like in the middle. Okay, I gotta discipline my kid in such a way so that the baby boomer parent will not tell me off. Why am I actually giving too much grace to my kid? Hopefully you guys are identifying with that. Okay? Right. Pardon? Okay, so right. Gen X, baby boomer to Gen X. Gen X, and you are a baby boomer. Yeah, just one generation lah. Normal ma. You right. No problem. So they would be Gen Y, right? Gen Z, okay, which is below 9 years old. Cool. There's nothing. So you may wanna advance a bit, update a bit, and right. Cool. No problems with that. Okay. I've got friends which is pretty much like you. Yeah. Okay. I've got even relatives who are not married at that age. Okay. Right. So good luck to them. You guys enjoying yourself? Still cool and still interesting? If not, you can leave, no problems. Less people, less pressure. Okay. So Gen Y, these people like actually me, but not really me, because I sit in the middle. I was born in 1978, so I have a personality crisis. Okay? Because when I was standard 1, 7 years old, my dad got me an IBM PC XT, not the green color computer, but with some 4-color CGA kind of thing. I'm sure some of you identify with that. Okay, it's like 5,000 ringgit at the time. It's like 20 years ago. Okay, that's 20,000. 20 years ago, 5,000 is like worth 15,000 today, right? Yeah, at least, 3 times, man. And you know what? Because I like to play games so much that I begin to hack the computer when my dad got me some floppy disks about some games. And then when it cannot install, then I start punching the monitor. Okay, 5,000 ringgit. Oh. Okay, think about that. Okay, so Generation Y, I'm actually between lah, but mostly Generation Y are born in parallel to the growth of the internet. You guys understand what I'm saying? As the internet is growing up, they're also growing up. Okay, the best is Gen Z lah. The internet grew up already. They born already got iPad. I don't even have an iPad. Seriously, I don't. Okay. So can I correctly say that these 4 generations relate to people, relate to information, relate to media, and relate to human beings differently for each generation? Yes. So can the baby boomer go and tell the Gen Z what to do very strictly? No, you got to use another method. Maybe they are wrong, maybe. But you got to use a different method. You got to use something called the cool method. You guys understand what I'm saying? If you're not cool, and this guy is cool, he's like, oh, I'm okay, taking the American kind of what you call examples, like, oh, I'm a famous football quarterback superstar, dad. I sleep with how many 5 girls in like 2 days, kind of thing, you know, and you're like, retire and everything. Back in my days, we don't even know how to spell sex. Okay, I'm not encouraging sex, guys. I'm saying the communication needs to be right. This guy may not want to listen to you with your different way of relating to them. No matter whether you're a father or mother to them, you got to try another method. Even if you have your principles correct, adjust a bit your communication method. Premarital sex is wrong, because I'm going to put this on YouTube. It is wrong, okay? But if you want to communicate in such a strong way, with no leeway and coolness whatsoever, they're not going to listen to you. Agreed? Please say yes. If not, no YouTube. Okay? Okay? So that is generation gap. Why am I also sharing this slide? Is because when you go to Facebook, you're going to deal with all kinds of people. From Gen Z, you know, I don't know, the last time I checked, when if you want to be on Facebook, you need to be 13 years of age. My nephew is 9. My niece is 5 on Facebook. Okay? Think about that. So if you want to do marketing or build an empire, first thing, understand there is a generation gap and you got to adjust the way you communicate. Cool, yes? Okay, cool.